Hello everybody, this is On the Air with VA3EWV, AllStar EchoLink edition. It is the long weekend Friday, and we're going to be getting started in about 5 minutes there. So I'll start sharing the feed to another couple of groups there, and hopefully we'll get a couple of people in today. I know a lot of my friends are traveling and stuff like that, so, and I actually had a guy tell me that ham radio was a winter activity. I was like, I did not know that. So there you go, it's a winter activity. So let me get this thing all sorted out here, and we're going to listen to a little bit of ham radio music in the background. Let me see which one we're going to listen to today. Nope. This one. While we get set up, okay? Alright, here we go. Okay, we have two people out there, so. Alright, so it's almost 8 o'clock on the dot. Share this to one more place, and then we're going to be getting it on.
Good evening. The time is 8 p.m.
Good evening, everyone. This is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Ernest in St. Andrews, Ontario. We're with the On the Air with VA3EWV Evening Net, AllStar and EchoLink Net, every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 12 UTC. Tonight's topic is going to be helping hams. So, what is something memorable that you have done helping a ham operator in any form, fashion? It doesn't matter. Because I was thinking about doing something like that. I wonder if they already have an organization called Helping Hams. Anyway, we're going to get started. There are a lot of people that are out and about traveling and this and that. So this might be a very short net tonight. Most of my friends that use the radio are out doing POTA. And I said, I'm not canceling. I'll just go tomorrow and do Parks on Air if the weather permits. So I see we have a few people out here now. Let's start with VA3JPX. James, come on in. Wow, look at the tail on that thing. That's a long tail.
Hey, good evening, Ernest, and everybody on net this evening. VA3JPX, James from Canada, Ontario, Canada, which is, of course, west side of Ottawa. What have I done to help hams? Anything that I can. You know, I've provided advice. I've answered questions. And, you know, I try to provide a balanced approach to providing advice to people. For an example, if I know of something, or I hear something say on a repeater or a conversation, and I know that the information is incorrect, I'll generally chime in and just, you know, let those folks know that I have a different view on what they're talking about, and then if I'm invited to explain further, then I will. And then the same thing on the other side, you know, if people are having a conversation and I hear facts or information that's absolutely truth to my knowledge, and I confirm it, right? So that's what I do, you know, and I just like giving sound advice. And if I know something worked for me, I'm more likely to share that information. If it worked for somebody else, but I don't have first-hand experience with it, then I generally don't relay that information. You know, if asked, I'll say, yeah, I've heard of it, but I haven't experienced it myself. That's what I like to do. Just give some sound advice. Back to you, Ernest, VA3EWV, and tonight's net from VA3JPX.
Well, I'll tell you, I really appreciate you sharing that. And I know that you have firsthand given me some helping ham stuff. When I was on my 4-month or 3-month 3-month quest to get my AllStar EchoLink node online, I remember reaching out to you, and we had a couple of phone calls trying to get all that all started out there. So yeah, I think I hear a lot of ham radio operators always helping people and giving advice, and that's what it's all about. It might be just you and I, James. I don't want to start breaking out in the song, but it might be just you and I. No, we got some more visitors there. We have K6COB, the birthday girl, Carolyn. Miss Carolyn, almost, my mom almost got me through the radio. But Miss Carolyn, I got to put some respect on your name there. K6COB, just celebrating a birthday. Come on in.
VA3EWV, this is K6COB. Good evening to you, Ernest, and everybody else out there on the net. How are you doing? I'm doing okay. I had a birthday yesterday, turned 82, and I'm proud to say I'm officially an old lady. But I've been enjoying it while I can. Anyway, and what was your question for this evening? Over.
Yeah, tonight's topic is helping hams. Miss Carolyn, I've been helped more than you can know. And I call it helping too when you guys give advice. You gave me some advice when I was starting to put my little music out there, and you said, hey, look, love the music, but we can't hear you talking. And I didn't know that. So I call it helping. It's not fussing or nothing like that. You just want it so you can hear my voice and things like that. So I have a different approach through my little year and a bit through ham radio. I don't look at it as sad hams or anything like that. When people give me advice, I look at it as helping. So tonight's topic is helping hams. And what are some memorable times that you recall over your years in radio helping somebody that made a difference, a ham radio operator?
Well, I have to first start with all the people who have helped me, because I didn't know anything like everybody else when we first started out, and I've had so many really wonderful people who have helped me learn on the road to just learning all of this stuff about him, and I'm still learning. I learn something new every day, and they're the best owners in the world. They just have taught me so much in the time that I've been affiliated with them. And whenever I have something that I can be useful to someone else, I try to be useful. Usually just passing on information if I know it to be good information and useful to other people. But my whole life is I'm here to be truly helpful. That's my reason for being. So whenever I can help somebody, that's what I do, if it's within my power. And I never do anything spitefully, always try to be helpful. So if I give you some advice and it's not so good, that's okay if you don't want to take it, but just know that it's in the spirit of being. That's about it. It's still be back to you.
K6COB, VA3EWV returning. Yeah, I was reading, if everybody, if you get the chance to go out there to OMIK net, those guys have been helping people for a very long time. They have a great website out there and lots of interesting things. And I'm sure that lots of people have helped you, and you've helped a lot of people out through your days in radio. I'm just starting yesterday, and people are saying to me that it's not anything that I'm passing along technical. It's just that I'm doing it. So a lot of people are saying that I'm helping other hams by just getting out there doing something. And I think I might take about a minute or two off during the week, Miss Carolyn and James. I think I might get off the mic every now and then. The radio stays hot and worked out, you know. No cobwebs on it, that's for sure. And I hope to help out some hams there too. It might just be the three of us, but let's see, we have two repeaters connected to us tonight. We have VE3PGC repeater connected to us. We also have out of Spruce Grove, Alberta, VE6 India Delta Kilo. Let's hit up the local repeater first and see if there are any local people that want to come out and say how they've helped a ham. Anyone on VE3PGC want to come out and say hello? Come on now. Oh my God, that was a long tail. Okay, nothing heard on PGC. Okay, nothing heard on VE3PGC at the moment. Is there anybody on Victor Echo 6 IDK in Alberta? Come on in. Okay, well, nothing heard there, so I'll just share experience before we start bringing this one to a close. You know, not every net is a net like last week with over 20-something people. I went out doing Parks on the Air. It's something that I just started doing, Miss Carolyn and James. Also doing it to help myself out. You know, practice makes perfect, right? So more to practice on getting the etiquette on HF, seeing how people operate, how they talk, what they say. And I've actually had people reach out to me via phone, email, right? and giving me some pointers and things like that. And they're like, "Oh, I don't want to come off the wrong way, but you're doing so good. Let me help you out." And I'm like, "Bring it to me." And one of the things that a guy said to me is that I say my call sign too fast and I talk too fast, right? So what was funny about that is that I was starting to get pile-ups. You know, with today's technology, James and Miss Carolyn, when you have people spot you on the radio, you get a lot of contacts right away. And the more people I would hear, the faster I would talk. So I got the feedback, and then the last time I went out there, I took it nice and easy, and I only had to repeat the call signs, once or twice, not a lot, and that really helped. So I like that advice out there. Okay, anybody else out there that has come in to join us that wants to say a word, please come now. That's a very long tail. Okay, nothing heard there, so we're going to start with our finals. Our finals there. We're going to go ahead and start with you, James. So what's going on this weekend with you? It's a long weekend here in Ottawa, Ontario. We're all off Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I took an extra day off on Tuesday just to get all the grass cut around the house. To cut my grass, it's a hour and a half on the tractor, and it's almost 2 hours pulling weeds and trimming. So what are you going to be doing, James, this weekend to keep yourself busy? Over to you.
Yeah, Ernest. I'm not sure. I don't have any plans. I think I'll just take it as it comes. Whatever happens, happens. I did try to link version 3.0 today, but the documentation, and I don't want to start a ring next year, but the documentation for AllStar is extremely poor.
Hey Google, turn off fan.
I get it. I understand. This is all free and stuff, but all the documentation is out of the box AllStar, right? So if you have a Pi-Star, right, follow this, and there's people that have made videos of it. Yeah, just plug your Pi-Star in, do this, do that, get this, that, the thing, it works out of the box. Well, I don't use Pi-Star. I use x86 technology, so I use an old netbook, and that's what I use. But the new version 3 AllStar image doesn't work on computers that are not UEFI capable, so they just deal with MBR file systems, right? So that new image is of no use to me. And so I have to install Debian Linux first, and then I got to do the install manually from there. And when you do the AllStar Link version 3 installation manually, nothing works. Okay? You end up troubleshooting. So anyway, I spent 3 hours on it today, and I gave up. Enough was enough, and I just restored version 2, and I'm back up and running now. So I might try it again tomorrow after a good night's sleep. Who knows? So that's it for me. Thanks, Ernest, and good night, and good night, Caroline, and we'll talk to you guys next Friday. This is VA3EWV 73.
VA3JPX, VA3EWV returning. You had me laughing. If you look at the video there, you'll see me laughing because in my world, you can't even talk on the radio unless you do go through some troubleshooting, and something doesn't work. You missed it. I always try to test my radio and stuff before I start the nets and the Monday night net here at our club, Seaway Valley Amateur Radio Club. I'm always out there trying to be a half hour early, so if something doesn't work at all, I can call someone to take over the net. Tonight, I was given the heebie-jeebies there because my audio, and Miss Carolyn, you've heard it, my audio is not good. James, you've heard it too. So I spent, I don't know how much time, I know it was at least a half hour, and with a guy there in town, VE3XID there, and I almost gave up, I almost gave up on trying to get this AllStar node working. I almost gave up on getting my license after 7 failed attempts. So, you have to stick with it. And it makes it fun when it starts to work. That's all I can tell you, because I think, James, you're on the air or watching the Facebook Live when my AllStar node and EchoLink worked. I literally boo-hooed on the thing there. So, yeah, I've been waiting for everybody else to do. Hold on, let me pause. VA3JPX, VA3JPX, VA3EWV returning. What made me laugh so hard, I know you are a computer technician, so I was just giggling here on camera because everybody knows that when something comes out, you have to see all the failed attempts first before you put it on your machine. So I saw when it came out, and I've been watching YouTube videos, and I'm like, nope. Because I'm not prepared to take my thing down. I'm like, oh no, I'm not ready for that yet. But at least I know that I have VE3PGC here in town. So at least I can tell everybody to go to VE3PGC. Because I was like, I'm going to put on the AllStar, I'm going to put on Supermom version 3. And it's gonna break it. I know it. But anyway, James, you have a good rest of your day. Thanks for coming in there and giving me a good giggle. Because you and I both know how that stuff goes. Over? That's funny as hell.
Yeah, right. Well, see, I've been in tech support, and I've been using Linux for decades, and I've been in tech support, both consumer and corporate IT support and telecom. The biggest problem, okay, is that the documentation is very limited for AllStar Link, okay? Like, if you do everything the way that they do it, then chances are it'll work fine. But if there's something slightly different, then, it doesn't work, then you're troubleshooting on your own. And I got no problem doing the troubleshooting. The problem is that troubleshooting leads to troubleshooting to troubleshooting. And I got to troubleshoot something in order to troubleshoot something else, but in order to troubleshoot something else, in order to get that darn thing working. So, anyway, that's my point. It's like, you know what? You have to properly document and make it public. If you're going to say, yeah, AllStar Link works on x86 systems, then provide the documentation to build it from scratch so that it works. Okay? That's my rant for now. Anyway, back to you later. This is VA3JPX. I'll be clear up your file.
I'm just sitting here grinning from ear to ear and laughing because I know how you feel, especially when you said you have to troubleshoot something just to get that stuff to work. We've all been there. Thank you, James. Have a good rest of your week there. And we're going to bring it over to Miss Carolyn there, the birthday girl. Hey, look, I know usually in the evening time, your voice is a little bit on the downside, right? But you sounded pretty good on that those first two comebacks there. And you sounded pretty good after coming from your birthday, the big birthday. I know you guys must have had a blast there at home there. You have any plans, or are you just going to be resting for the weekend there? Over?
Oh, I'll just be resting for the weekend. This is K6. Will be returning. I'll just be resting for the weekend. I had a good time yesterday. I don't have anything for the weekend. I just wanted to say about the troubleshooting. I truly understand how that can lead you down a rabbit hole. I guess anybody who's tried to troubleshoot it, they can understand where that leads. And so true about the documentation. If it's clear enough, from scratch, you should be able to work through it. But sometimes the documentation doesn't give you enough information to make it really work the way it should.
telling you.
Of this hobby is just working with it and solving problems and learning how to fix your problems. Your voice is sounding good now, so it looks like you did something right. Anyway, keep up your enthusiasm. It's contagious. It's fun to watch you having fun. K6COB, I'll be clear, 73.
K6COB and the group, VA3EWV returning. So yes, Miss Carolyn, have a good rest of your day there. And yep, I'm sounding pretty good there, but I'll have to leave you with a funny one that you might have missed. I was out doing the Parks on the Air, I guess 2 or 3 days ago, and the guy was like, you sound really muffled. And my head dropped, because I'm like, oh my God, me and this radio. I got to get this thing sorted out, right? So I started talking slower and all this stuff and holding it the right way, and you know, there's a lot. I'm like, oh my God, right? They don't teach you that in basic, in advance, how to hold a mic and how to talk, right? Anyway, it was a little dark out, and I happened to look at my hand, and the microphone, because my hands are so big, the microphone for that Yaesu 991 Alpha, it feels to me the same on both sides, right? There's nothing to it. I mean, when they didn't waste any money with that stock mic. I had done over, I was up to 100 something Qs, so over 100 for the night. But the first 50 or something I did, and I was yelling at that park, the mic was backwards in my hand. The front of it was at the palm of my hand, and I was talking to the back of the mic for the first hour. For the first hour. So I looked at the camera, I was like, oh, well, you know, you learn. So I'm going to paint one side to let me know what the front is and the back is. They're over.
Well, you just gave me a good chuckle. I can't imagine you holding the mic backwards. Anyway, yeah, you realize what you were doing. And that will help you make your voice sound a little bubbly if you're holding the mic backwards.
Exactly.
Anyway, you discovered it. In case it's still me, you have a good one.
Okay, and we're going to be clear with you. Thanks for coming out. And everybody, the old Mike Net, 12:30 our time, 9:30 her time. But 12:30 our time here, and I've learned how to do UTC now. So we had 4. So it's going to be 4:30 UTC. Anyway, Miss Carolyn, we'll let you go at your convenience, and we're going to call out one more time for VE3PGC. Anybody on the repeater that wants to come and say hello? Okay. Give it a second. Okay, nothing heard there, and we're going to do one last call out for VE6 India Delta Kilo over in Spruce Grove, Alberta. Okay, with that, this is Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor Ernest Hams Helping Hams. That's right, folks. On the air with VA3EWV, and we'll see you guys next week. Same bat channel, same bat station, same bat time. Have a good rest of your day. And this is VA3EWV Clear, and we're putting these repeaters back to the normal operating use. Okay, folks, that's it. Todd, Bob, how's it going? Good to see you guys out there. So that's it for the net tonight, and we will see you guys next week, same time. Have a great day. From Victor Alpha 3 Echo Whiskey Victor.